Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 39th Annual Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Award Ceremony. We thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend this evening's event. I'm Jason Hubner, President of the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and I extend my greetings and thanks to you on behalf of the Chamber. Tonight, we come together to give recognition to individuals and businesses that serve to make our communities better. We commend all who will be honored tonight and thank them for their tireless efforts and contributions to our community. This year's event is presented by Mount Washington Care Center. Will representatives of Mount Washington Care Center please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your continued support of this popular event. We truly appreciate your efforts. Thank you. We are delighted to have former Cincinnati Bengal great Anthony Munoz with us here this evening as our MC. Thank you, Anthony, for helping us out with this special event this evening, and we look forward to hearing from you more here in the future of this ceremony. But first, as entertainment for this evening, we want to present to you the Forest Heirs Women's Chorus under the direction of Alex Gartner. Great job, ladies, and thank you so much for taking your time to share your talents with us. This is a great evening for the Anderson Area Chamber and for the many volunteers and businesses that work to make our community better. Thanks to all of you who have come to honor friends, family members, and coworkers at this annual event. We are so very fortunate to live and work in a wonderful community whose citizens support our schools, our parks, businesses, government, and various other organizations that make the Anderson area such a special place. Recent events brought our community into the national spotlight these past few weeks as thousands of people joined together in the search for Turpin High School alum Brogan Dully. As the Dully family and our community now mourn this tragic loss, I'd like for us to take a moment of silence in remembrance of Brogan Dully. Thank you. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Dully family and all of us who knew and loved him. At this time, I'm very proud to present our MC for this evening, Anthony Munoz. Anthony Munoz is a pro football Hall of Fame offensive tackle who played for 13 seasons for our Cincinnati Bengals. Munoz is considered by many to be the greatest defensive lineman in NFL history. In 2002, he created the Anthony Munoz Foundation to consolidate his charitable efforts and encourage area individuals and businesses to, quote, impact area youth mentally, physically, and spiritually. A devoted husband and father, Anthony and his wife, Dee Dee, are the proud parents of Michael and Michelle, as well as the very happy grandparents of Jacob, JT, Caleb, Austin, Carson, and Caitlin. He's got his hands full. As do Michael and Michelle, I'm sure. It's my privilege to introduce to you Mr. Anthony Munoz.
Good evening. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate those kind words. And I must say, as Jason read off those names, if you're paying attention, there's 5 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. Soon, we'll have, the grandsons will stay the same, there'll be 5, but there'll be 2 more granddaughters, as each Michelle, our daughter Michelle and her husband Luke, will have their 4th, and our son Michael and his wife Emily are going to have their 4th. So Michael has the 3 boys right now. He's having a girl. Michelle has 2 boys, a girl, and she's having her 2nd girl. So they are continuing to add to this great community. We're here tonight. I'm privileged and honored to be here tonight with all of you to celebrate and to recognize educators, students, special recognition for volunteers. As someone that has a foundation knows how important volunteers are, to put events on, to do certain things. Business of the Year, and of course, my good friend, Jeff Ruby, the Citizen of the Year. We're here to recognize, and as I look at this community, we've been here for 34 years now. Born and raised in Southern California. Actually, I retired 22 years ago. And it was actually 6 days after my last game. Our office no longer exists, the old Riverfront Stadium. Played my last game against the Indianapolis Colts. On a Sunday, that next Saturday, I received a phone call. A gentleman that had coached me in college, John Robinson, had been broadcasting my last year in the league. And I saw him during the season. He said, Anthony, if I ever call you about coaching, give me a call back. So 6 days after my last game, I'd taken my daughter, Michelle, to basketball practice. I get home, and my wife, Dee Dee, says, John just called you. And I'm thinking, Called John back Saturday morning. He says, I have to share this. Moon, that's my name. Anybody calls me and says Moon, they're from the West Coast. He says, Moon, I'm announcing I'm taking the job for the second time at USC, and I want you to come out and be my offensive line coach. Michael was 11, Michelle was 9 when I retired, and I went, oh, wow. I mean, to work for John Robinson, great coach I played my 4 years for, to coach at a university that I absolutely still love, the University of Southern California. Anybody heard that small school on the West Coast? And to work with young men coming out of high school and not only passing on football knowledge, but trying to build into them the way mentors build into me with character and integrity, and taught me what it meant to work hard. So I was faced with a tough decision. My wife and I both grew up in Southern California. Chance to go back. I called him back after 2 days and I said, John, I'm flattered that you would have the confidence for me to be your offensive line coach at such a great institution. I said, but I'm going to have to say no. My wife and I want to stay in Cincinnati and raise our kids. I share that story to make the point that we are recognizing some tremendous individuals today in a great neighborhood, great area. And people continue to ask me, why did you stay in Cincinnati after you retired? You could have gone to Southern California, wherever you wanted to. And the first thing I say, we stayed there because of the people. A community with people that care about where they live. They're involved, they're engaged, they're willing to give back. And that fit right into what we wanted to do as community members here in the greater Cincinnati area. This is home. I still go back. I'm still connected. My mom and my whole family still in Southern California. I do things at my high school. I have a scholarship fund and camps, and we're doing camps across the country. And I'll go back to visit. In fact, I was back there 2 weeks ago. I'm going back in 3 weeks to do some things. And I'll have family members. I'll have high school buddies. They'll put their arm around me and they'll say, so you're ready to move back, huh? And I'll say, nope, we'll keep visiting. But I just wanted to share that story because we love this community. This is home. We have felt comfortable from the first day, even though I came here 6'6", 300 pounds, and my hair down to my shoulders. We were embraced, and this is home. So to be able to be involved in a program like tonight, where we are recognizing individuals that have done tremendous things, and I know will continue to do tremendous things, is an honor and a privilege for me. So I'll turn it back over to Jason, and like I said, I'm thrilled to be here tonight, and reading through these resumes of the people we're honoring tonight, I'm just so impressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony, for those great words that I'm sure hit home with all of us. So among us tonight are some of our Anderson area's top citizens, students, educators, and businesses. Their efforts represent the volunteer contributions in a variety of areas. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Dallas Jackson, Superintendent of the Forest Hill School District and fellow Chamber Board member, up here to the stage to help present the Educator and Student of the Year Awards. Thank you, Dallas. So without further delay, let's learn about tonight's special recipients. Anthony, will you come and do the honors, please? Thank you.
Our first award of the evening is the Anderson Area Educators of the Year Award, sponsored by Wells Fargo Advisors. This year we are honoring 2 area educators. First, from Anderson High School, Katie Colonel. Katie is an example of what Anderson High School is all about, kids. Katie volunteers countless hours to help students academically and make sure they receive recognition. Katie is a member of ARC and organizes the quarterly 40 Developmental Asset Recognition Program and Academic Pep Rally, celebrating student success. Katie generously donates her time in order to recognize the positive contributions students make at Anderson High School. Katie volunteered to go on the Urban Plunge this year and had great success due to her participation and emphasis on community service with her students. Katie works diligently with students in danger of failing in order to provide them with one-on-one attention so that they may pass. Katie is always willing to go the extra mile to help students be successful. Katie, without question, goes above and beyond for students at Anderson High School. For her tireless efforts to make AHS the best place possible for students, we are pleased to recognize Katie Colonel as Anderson Area Educator of the Year. Our second Educator of the Year award goes to Stacy Burling from Archbishop McNicholas High School. Stacy has a genuine way to reach students at all levels. She has peculiar passion for mathematics, teaching algebra and geometry to 9th and 10th graders at McNicholas High School. Stacy enjoys the intricacies and logic that mathematics holds and makes it a goal each day to have at least one student find something in math that catches her eye for more than a moment. As a testament to her gift of helping others learn, many students claim to have never really understood math until having Mrs. Burling as a teacher. In addition to teaching, Mrs. Burling has also been the moderator of Student Council, co-moderator for McNicholas chapter of the Math National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta. Mrs. Burling loves her job because she is challenged each day to make a student who is not good at math realize that they are capable. The aha moment a student experiences is so fulfilling, and there are not very many jobs out there where you can go home every day and say, I made a difference. She said, we are pleased to recognize Stacy Burling as Anderson Area Educator of the Year. Now let's move to the Anderson Area Student of the Year Award, sponsored by Huntington Learning Center. This year, we are honoring 2 students. Our first winner is Grant Torrey, a senior at Archbishop McNicholas High School, who is accompanied by his parents, Mario and Robin Torrey. McNicholas senior Grant Torrey has been active as a Rocket since he first stepped onto campus. His involvement has ranged from student council to ski club to mock trial to National Honor Society. During his senior year, he earned membership to the Century Club, a club for students completing over 100 hours of service to others, and was also voted as the captain of the McNicholas annual Mardi Gras pageant that recognizes students for service over their 4 years of high school. Whether he is helping organize a service project, staying late to clean up after a dance, or helping fundraise for a club or charity, Grant puts forth full effort with a full heart, and through this has helped to make a positive impact on his high school and the community at large. Grant has been chosen for numerous leadership conferences as well as for various retreats, and has also been a member of the men's volleyball team. Grant's commitment extends beyond McNicholas. During his 4 years of high school, he has been an altar server at both Immaculate Heart of Mary and Guardian Angels churches, and has been an active participant in Anderson's annual Relay for Life event. Each summer, Grant works as a counselor for La Follette summer camps that serves children ages 7 to 12. Grant, who was just honored at McNicholas's first academic signing day for the top 10 students of the class of 2014, will attend the University of South Carolina in fall with the major in biology. We are pleased to recognize Grant Torrey as Anderson Area Student of the Year. I just have to share. Jason shook Grant's hand and said, "Congratulations." I went to USC also, USC Columbia. I actually spoke there when Lou Holtz was a coach. I spoke to about 400 students and then spoke to his team before they played the University of Tennessee. My son was on the team. So I had 400 students. I got up there and the first thing I said, I just want to make it clear, I went to the real USC, and I hid under the podium. But great school down in Columbia. Our second Student of the Year recipient is Angela Shaw, a senior at Turpin High School. Angela is accompanied by her parents, Juhang Shubing and Shu Bing Shaw. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Okay. Now, I just want to let you know, I mean, all resumes are outstanding, but I got to tell you, Angela, I read this to my foundation staff, and then before I left, I read it to my wife, because I'm thinking, how do you have the time to do all this? Just like Grant. Angela Shaw is the finest example of an outstanding independent young woman. She is one of the kindest human beings to walk the halls of Turpin High School. Her intellectual accomplishments are a testament to her dedication and hard work. Angela received a 6-week research internship at the University of Cincinnati in the Medical Science Building, where she was voted Best in Experimentation and Best Student Overall by the program professors. Fluent in 3 languages, English, Español, muy bien, yo hablo poquito, and Mandarin Chinese. She is a National Merit Finalist, member of the National Honor Society, academic quiz team president, senior leader, and peer counselor. Angela's concern for human dignity and equality are represented in everything she does. She's a teaching assistant at Drake Planetarium, helping students K2 incorporate basic physics principles with Legos. Okay. Angela is also a WizKids activity leader for Mercer Elementary and Just Say No leader. She meets with 4th and 5th graders once a week to discuss drug-free lifestyles, good decision-making, and healthy friendships. Got to get you an assignment with the Cincinnati, no, I'm sorry, Bengals. Okay, help them up. My mind's, I'm just thinking about other people you can help. I'm sorry. No Twitter, no, okay, keep it all in here. She's president of the Environmental Club and founder of the Turpin Community Garden. Angela is also president of Key Club and Student Council. And she lettered in cross country and is an accomplished pianist. An enthusiastic, hard worker individual with excellent communication and leadership skills, Angela will change the human experience for all she meets. Angela is excited to attend Columbia University in the fall with a double major in neuroscience and behavior comparative literature. We are pleased to recognize Angela Shaw as Anderson Area Student of the Year. I would like to invite Vicki Earhart, Anderson Township Administrator and fellow Chamber Board member, to present the Special Recognition Award.
Good evening. At this time, we would like to present the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce Special Recognition Award. This award honors an individual or an organization that has had a special impact on the Anderson area community. This year, we are pleased to honor Peggy Rice. For the last 24 years, Peggy served the residents of Anderson Township as their elected trustee until her retirement at the end of 2013. Earlier this year, her accomplishments were recognized by the Ohio House of Representatives. I'd like to share that recognition with you at this time. Under the sponsorship of Representative Peter Stoutberg, House District 27, on behalf of the members of the Ohio House of Representatives of the 130th General Assembly, we are pleased to extend special recognition to Peggy D. Rice for your service as a member of the Anderson Township Board of Trustees. You are truly deserving of high praise, for you have combined civic concern and dedication with selfless initiative to become a dynamic leader in Anderson Township. A talented and hardworking individual, you have been a trustee for 24 years. During your tenure, you were an initiator in bringing change to state law to facilitate township acquisition, ownership, and preservation of green space, thus setting in motion Anderson's distinction as Ohio's first green space township, with over 700 acres of green space now preserved. You had valuable involvement in the construction of Anderson Center and the 5 Mile Trail, and the preservation, the rehabilitation of the James Clark Stone House and the Heritage Center. Indeed, you have made many significant contributions to the township's growth and development, and you have clearly shown the potential of each person to have a positive effect on the quality of life in our community. Election to public office is one of the highest honors people can bestow upon a fellow citizen, and you have ably fulfilled your responsibilities and have demonstrated an exceptional devotion to serving your community. I'll agree with that one. We are proud to note that it is through the unsurpassed efforts and deep commitment of conscientious individuals such as you that Anderson Township and the state of Ohio continue to prosper and remain responsive to the diverse needs of its residents. Thus, with sincere pleasure, we commend you on your exemplary public service and salute you as a fine Ohioan. Signed, Representative Peter Stoutberg and William G. Batchelder, Speaker of the Ohio House of Representatives. Having personally had the privilege of working with Peggy for most of her 24 years, I can assure you that she always kept the interest of Anderson Township residents and local businesses at the forefront of her decision-making. It is now my honor to welcome Peggy to the stage to receive her award.
Thank you. It is quite true that when I was first elected as your township trustee 24 years ago, township zoning was new and untested. There was no ability to purchase or preserve green space. That was a campaign promise fulfilled in Columbus. There was no tax increment financing to promote projects in the township, which is a program that has leveraged township tax dollars for many, many years. there were no trails or sidewalk networks, a network now that is nationally recognized and an award-winning system. There were no volunteer resident committees, all of which play such an important and vital part in township operations. There was not this beautiful Anderson Center, where we hold so many wonderful community events. It was a dream of mine for years, and it was a great day in my life when it was fulfilled. There was no binding sense of community, and that was something that I worked on each and every year, and was not necessarily a concrete thing to achieve, but I wanted us to know ourselves as Andersonians. But the message I want to leave with you tonight is no one person can accomplish all these changes alone. It took forming partnerships, coming to consensus on township boards, and a group of hard-working, dedicated staff and township employees. But most of all, truly most of all, it took time. Most projects could only be accomplished taking baby steps, moving forward year after year, slowly but surely. There were times when I was often very frustrated because it was slow. So therefore, I had to learn the lessons of patience and perseverance. But most importantly, what I want to share with you tonight is that it was your trust and faith in me which gave me those many, many years in public office as your elected official. You gave me the opportunity to accomplish these goals, these visions, and dreams. I will always be grateful to you. It has been a true privilege to serve. Thank you.
Next on our agenda is the Anderson Area Volunteer of the Year. The Volunteer of the Year award is sponsored by La Rosa's Pizzeria. We are pleased to award Beth Davis and Jenny Nyack for their service with the Forest Hills 5K. Beth and Jenny are the creators and co-chairs of the Forest Hills 5K Walk Run. Since its inception in 2010, the FH 5K has brought in more than $150,000 for the Forest Hills Foundation for Education, with over 2,000 runners, walkers participating each year. With the money raised by the FH 5K, the foundation funds programming at all grade levels, including Destination Imagination, after-school tutoring and enrichment, and ACT, SAT prep classes. While raising funds for the foundation was always a goal, Beth and Jenny's primary motivation was starting the race was to promote a healthy lifestyle for kids and adults and bring our community together for a fun, family-friendly event. They have succeeded in making the race and the post-race festival one of the biggest events of the year for the Anderson Newtown community. In addition to their leadership of the Walk Run, Beth and Jenny both currently serve on the Forest Hills Council of PTAs and have held a number of leadership positions in the Forest Hills PTA over the years. They also started running clubs in each of their children's elementary schools, Beth at Wilson and Jenny at Mercer, to get children interested and excited about running and supporting a healthy lifestyle. Now, all 6 elementaries and Nagel have running clubs, and they have had over 500 students participating this year. Beth and Jenny's dedication and commitment to community enabled them to bring together all 9 schools in the district, as well as local businesses, organizations, and area residents. We are pleased to recognize Beth Davis and Jenny Nyack as Anderson Area Volunteers of the Year. Our next category is Anderson Area Business of the Year. The Business of the Year award is sponsored by Benefit Resources, Inc. The winner of this year's Business of the Year award is Park National Bank Anderson. Park National Bank is dedicated to serving the community, not only by helping individuals meet their financial goals, but also by volunteering the time, talent, and resources of its associates. Park National Bank has had a presence in the Anderson Township community since 2006, when it acquired the Anderson Bank with a location on Nimitz View Drive. During that time, Park had been an active leader and partner with the Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce. Park has contributed resources, and associates have volunteered time in various committees and projects, including consistent involvement with Greater Anderson Days, Anderson's Got Talent, Party on the Plaza, the annual golf outing, and economic development, executive and membership committees. Park is an ongoing sponsor and supporter of the Forest Hills School District, the Forest Hills Foundation for Education, the Archbishop McNicholas High School, whether it's teaching financial literacy in the classroom, volunteering with the PTA, or sponsoring the Forest Hills 5K with the visit from the bank mascot, Penny. Park National's commitment to Anderson's youth and education is evident. Park National Bank is proud to partner with many fantastic community organizations. Locally, Park has supported the Anderson Park District, the Anderson Independence Day Parade, Emmy Lyons YMCA, Immaculate Heart of Mary Church, the Anderson Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, Interparish Ministry, and Max's Mills. Park National Bank also supports a number of charitable organizations and community events in neighboring Claremont County and across Greater Cincinnati, including the United Way, Junior Achievement, Habitat for Humanity, Special Olympics, Art Wave, March of Dimes, the American Heart Association, the American Cancer Society, Child Focus, the Boys and Girls Club, Casa for Claremont Kids, Claremont Senior Services, Teen Challenge, Cincinnati Therapeutic Riding and Horsemanship, Claremont Developmental Disabilities, Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and many more. The commitment of Park National bankers to community service can be seen best during the company's annual Park Cares Week. Last year during Park Cares Week, 100% of Park associates volunteered 428 hours with 17 local organizations to complete needed projects. We are pleased to recognize Park National Bank as Anderson Area Business of the Year. This here? Or has that been? I have a lot to read here, Jeff. Come on. I don't need this script. I'm going to go on my own. No. And now for our final award, the Anderson Area Citizen of the Year Award. The 2014 Citizen of the Year Award sponsor is Mount Washington Savings Bank. This year's Citizen of the Year is Jeff Ruby. Consistency and quality are hallmarks of a Ruby restaurant, a fact shown by 3 decades of success at the Precinct, Cincinnati's longest continually running fine dining restaurant. Jeff Ruby owns 5 eateries in 2 states and considered one of the nation's permanent restaurateurs. In addition to his commitment to the finest food and impeccable service, Jeff is an advocate for those who have been victimized by violent crimes. In the recent past, he has been publicly outspoken in the cases involving O.J. Simpson, Casey Anthony, and he played a significant role in the murder conviction of Drew Peterson. He has posted and paid many substantial rewards, including the cases of Caitlin Markham, Stacy Peterson, and Marcus Feisel. As an ardent supporter of Crime Stoppers and a board member of Texas InquiSearch, he adds significant experience and resources to collective crime-solving efforts nationwide. Jeff is also committed to enlisting the help of his friends and colleagues. Giving people a platform through which to help others amplifies the effect of his efforts. Countless fundraisers have been held at his various eateries. Just last year, he held a fundraiser that generated over $50,000 for the surviving victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School. He has raised money for police officers killed in the line of duty and countless other tragedies in the greater Cincinnati community. His numerous fundraising roasts have become famous, drawing national celebrities and raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for cystic fibrosis and cancer research and other important causes. His community involvement projects and money raised for the people and schools is too long to list. Jeff Ruby's mission is to do good things for good people for a good reason. His success is driven by his commitment, his personal dedication to standing up for what he believes is right, his innate ability to unite and lead groups of like-minded individuals. And just to add one personal story of a gentleman I consider a good friend. I've had a foundation for 13 years. And one of the first meetings I met with Jeff and I said, Jeff, I'm going to have 2 scholarships. One is going to be called the Straight A Scholarship. We're going to honor 18 young men and women. We need a place to have this. We honored 9 male, 9 female for 13 years who excel in academics, athletics, attitude, achievement, and then a big criteria is overcoming adversity. And I've read about those that Jeff helps. We just had our 13th banquet at Jeff Ruby's downtown with about 140 people. These great students, their most influential teachers, administrators, parents, board members, and it's been all because of Jeff Ruby says, here, do it here. And a lot of these kids might be the only time in 18, 19 years that they've had a great, great meal. But more importantly is they have an opportunity to meet Jeff, who's usually there, a pillar in this community, Anderson Citizen of the Year. And that's just one story that I could share many more where he's helped directly or indirectly with other groups that I've been involved with. But I had to share that story because this is a gentleman that you are honoring tonight. So we are pleased to honor Jeff Ruby as the Anderson Area Citizen of the Year.
By the way, I wore my hat because my hair transplant didn't last long. I look better with that, my people told me. You know, by the way, the precinct's been 4 decades. With all due respect, not 3. 80s, 81, 90s, 2000, 2010. That's 4 decades, right? Okay. Anthony and I, all we do, by the way, if I'm going to speak, I have a friend every time I speak. I have a weakness speaking, but I bring a friend to help me. And I think he's here. His name is Jack Daniels. Would you please bow? Thank you. Thank you very much. But I'm delighted to be here, and I want to thank Anthony. Anthony had a fundraiser day in Buffalo, New York for Jim Kelly, I think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback too. And he's dying of cancer. And I asked Anthony if he would do this for me. And he flew back. He was at that fundraiser. He does what he always does. There's no greater Cincinnatian than Anthony Munoz. And he flew back here after that. I don't know when he arrived, but he just touched down to do this for us. And I thank you. I am humbled to be, actually, when somebody said the entertainment now for tonight, and I thought that's when I was supposed to get up. I didn't know I was getting another award. They were good, though. I thought I'm going to, and I sang in college. I had it there. But I was a resident here of 20 years, this Anderson Township, Sunny Acres Drive. In fact, my ex-wife still lives here. She got the house, I got the bus. The bus has got a bedroom back. It's outside. You're welcome to it. But I have great memories here. I've got, where's Phil? I saw him standing over here. There's so many kids over the years at Anderson High School that I mentored, including Phil's son, Matt, who's in Chicago now. And all of those kids, one of them I'm a godfather to, many of them I'm Uncle Jeff to, and they helped make me a better person. They really did. And my kids were going to school here. And in fact, my kids went to Anderson, 2 of them, and to McNick, both schools. And we had a terrible fire at my house. The Anderson Fire Department was there, and they were there very soon. We got out alive, and the Anderson Police Department basically helped me raise my 2 boys. Do you know that all these years, I don't know if you read my book, it's over here at Kroger's, you're selling it, Money Goes to Feed the Children. It's my biography. And I mentioned, all the years, I was homeless at 15. I ran away from home. I lived by myself. I raised myself. And that's why I'm so, messed up. But I never got called into the principal's office. All the years in high school and all the trouble I was in, all the trouble in all the things, and I still get in trouble, as you know. But I never once got called into the principal's office till I became an Anderson parent. And he called me in. The first after prom at Anderson High School, the very first, and they do them everywhere now, the very first one, the kids at Anderson, I don't remember what year it was, I brought Tommy Lasorda, Mike Piazza, future Hall of Famer, Eric Karras, to give a speech at Anderson High School, and the kids got up and gave me a standing ovation. And my kids weren't in high school yet. And they picked the precinct to be the theme of the after prom. They dressed the place up like the precinct, the entrance, and all of that. And the good thing is Anderson High School's still here, and so is the precinct. So we did okay. That was very first after prom. Juleps Park when it brought to my attention with the green space and all the Juleps Park. It was Juleps Park that brought justice to little Marcus Feisel you talked about. And I don't know who gave you the whole thing to say, but it sounded good. I didn't do it. But at Juleps Park, that mother, or whatever she was to him, a foster parent, foster mother, held a press conference. And Joe Dieters, Hamilton County prosecutor, told me years later that it was there because I gave a reward, $10,000. She had to pull a Susan Smith and talk. The gal that drowned her 3 little children in the river in the lake in South Carolina or wherever. And she, because of that speech, she blew it. Because there was a reward, she gave the thing and talked at Juleps Park. And Joe Dieter said, without that, we couldn't have gotten a conviction. And I just like convicting murderers. That's what I do in my spare time, as Drew Peterson. But it was at Juleps Park that happened. It was many, many years ago, that little boy. I got my friend Anthony Muniz here. By the way, John Robinson is a dear friend of mine. He never told me he knew you. I asked John Robinson to give a speech at Nippert Stadium at halftime at the beginning of a game, a playoff game at Nippert Stadium. Coleraine was playing whoever they were, and John came with me. And John gave the speech to the team to try to get him fired up. John's a great man. The only other thing I can say is I can't read my writing. Hold on. This is where he comes. I was here 20 years. I lived here. My kids were raised here. They went to school here. It's a great city. It's a great community, and it's been a part of my life. My kids actually, they were born when they were born. We were living at Anderson on Sunny Acre Drive, so we feel we feel a loyalty. We feel a sense of this is where my kids were raised, and I don't have a business in Anderson. I no longer live in Anderson. I'm quite humbled and surprised that I was receiving this award. I kind of feel a little guilty, but we did spend most of my years here, and my first real house was here. We opened the precinct the year I bought my house in Anderson, and the greatest reception I ever got in my life, the greatest reception, and Marvin drove me to the game last year. Some kid follows me on Twitter from Anderson High School, asked me to come to his basketball game. I didn't know the kid. And I showed up to the game. Phil greeted me when I walked in the gym, and I didn't pay attention, but Marvin did. He's my Secretary of Defense back here. The ovation from the Anderson students in the student section, he turned around to see who walked in. I didn't even hear it because I was talking to Phil. It just was the greatest reception I've ever been given in my life. In my life. By kids I don't know at Anderson High School because I showed up to their game. And the kid that asked me to come to his game, I didn't know who he was, except he followed me on Twitter. And when he came out into the game, and he plays football too, and he came into the court, he looked over me during the game. Thank you. And it just shows the kind of parents, the kind of community, the way these kids were raised for me to get that kind of reception that I really didn't expect, I didn't deserve, I didn't know who was there. It was me. I couldn't believe it. I owe a lot to Anderson Township, and I can't thank you people enough for asking me to be here and for honoring me. There's a new principal in town at Anderson High School. And I said, I don't want to shake your hand, I want to hug you. Is that you? Yeah? I saw him at the reception here. There's some people that came here, Jeff Miller, because he worked for me as a kid, and he wanted to come, and now we've got kids 22 and 20, both graduates of major colleges. But we got a new principal, we got a new superintendent, and we've got a new Board of Education, I suppose. And I feel a lot better now than I did when my kids. Thank you so much.
Great job. Love you too, man. Good job.
Thank you again, Jeff, and congratulations. And let's give another round of applause for Anthony Munoz for emceeing tonight. I'd also like to ask for one more round of applause for the incredible efforts of all our honorees tonight. Thank you for all that you do. We are honored to have each of you here with us this evening, and want to emphasize how valuable your contributions are and have been to our communities. The Anderson Area Chamber of Commerce is proud to present this event to the community each year. With the Chamber's membership growing and continued community involvement, the Chamber is now stronger than ever in its efforts to support local businesses and organizations. For this special event tonight, I would like to recognize the Chamber's 2014 sustaining sponsors. Thanks to these organizations for their continued support of the Chamber. Please reference the banner behind me as we give them a round of applause for their support. A special thanks also to those more quiet contributors whose donations are also critical in making this event a success. Wells Fargo Advisors, Huntington Learning Center, La Roses, Benefit Resources, Thompson Gift and Awards, Mount Washington Savings Bank, ACTV, Kroger, Jim Moorfield, and Jody McKinley. Thank you. I would also like to thank all the volunteers of the Citizen of the Year Committee, whose work behind the scenes makes this event possible. Would the committee members please stand and be recognized? We look forward to seeing you all at future Chamber events. The Chamber Golf Outing is Monday, June 9th. Anthony, I know you like to play golf. Check your schedule. Join us on Monday the 9th out at Legendary Run Golf Course, and also on June 12th right here outside at the Anderson Center for the Anderson Party on the Plaza. Thank you again for being here this evening. We appreciate you supporting your fellow citizens at this event. Have a great evening. Would all the recipients please stay behind for some photos afterwards? Thanks again.